All right, just about to get it underway here for the 4:30 draw. Teams are out on the ice and getting ready to play. Sheet C, we had Team Ed Scimia versus Team Mayne. Mayne is currently undefeated in the round robin, so if he wins this game, he should be in the A event final. Sheet B, our other undefeated team, we have Jack Miller versus Matt Gallegos, who are also undefeated so far. So if they win that game, they'll be in the finals. And sheet A, we have Mark Mooney versus Mark Zaken. Warm room's pretty busy this time of day. Games coming off the ice. People enjoying a beverage of their choice. This is Jeff Hannon, back on the microphone for this game. I have a beverage of my choice as well. Now we'll flop to the scoreboard wide shot and keep an eye on B and C mostly. I'll take a walk over and look at the scoreboard, see what's going on with the two teams on sheet A. I think they both have one win. Yes, Mark Mooney and Mark Zaken both have one win. So it comes down to Matt Gallegos and Sean Mayne. If they both win their game, then they would be into the A event final, if I understand how this format works. And we have rocks on the way. So sheet B, Matt Gallegos, Jack Miller has the hammer. And on sheet C, Team Ed Scimia has the hammer. And on sheet A, Mark Mooney threw the first rock, so Mark Zaken has the hammer over there in the first end. Just as we get underway. And Matt's going for takeout over there on sheet B. I think Ed was trying to throw a draw on sheet C here behind that red rock. That red rock's not in the house, so he couldn't hit it. A couple of guards over on sheet A. Our executive producer is on the ice, obviously, since that's Ed Scimia. Along with my co-announcer from the last game, which was Mark Zaken. So these should be good games. Team Scimia underperformed a little bit here, I think. They're winless so far. And that red rock might be biting. It looks like Ed's going to try to take it out. Courtney Mears with the second rock here, trying to make that takeout. A little wide, might get a corner of it. Does get a corner of it, but just pushes it into the house. It is open. Just outside the top four. Matt Gallegos, so we're in sheet B, has one in the house and asks for a tap or a draw behind it. Takes a little split, so he's sitting two. Looks like Sean's throwing a tap here or on the red rock that's just outside the 12-foot. Greg Steffen with a takeout over on sheet B. And Craig made a nice double over there on sheet B. Sheet C, we got red sitting 3 right now. Skinny Larry being asked to clean up a little bit here. Takeout on its way. Stay in this house shot. Might get an inside roll. A little bit. Does get an inside roll. Goes partially behind that long yellow guard you can see there on the center line. Jack asking for another takeout over there on sheet B. And successful. A little roll to the outside, so sitting 1. Sean's going to go after that yellow rock that Larry rolled into the, just biting the top 8. Try to get that biter into play again. But Nigel Lucas a little wide on that one. Doesn't really want to catch a corner of it and goes by, so Larry's going to have an open hit here to sit 2. With the hammer. Gallegos gets a little split over there. And that yellow rock is not in, so he's now sitting 2. And sitting 2 without the hammer, I believe. He's going to flash that takeout. A little wide on that takeout. Didn't come back. Sean's thinking about a guard. Still deciding. Matt's going to throw a takeout on the yellow rock in top 12. Katie McKinley throwing that rock. And she makes it, but rolls across and actually takes her own out as well. Over on sheet A, looks like yellow is shot over there. Which is Team Zaken. Mark Mooney, I think, is asking for a draw. There might be a rock in the back of the house that could be shot for red. Kelly Jensen being asked for the takeout here on sheet C. That red rock. Sweepers are on it hard. Looks pretty good. It's going to be close to nose, and it's going to go across the nose. Going to make the takeout and roll out to actually sit on that rock. On the outside. So Sean is sitting 1. Top 12. Ed's sitting second shot. Mike Green here.
How can you see that? It's so tiny.
Over here. He's asking how I can see that. Because we have all the overheads. So I look over here to see the houses.
Still so tiny.
He's impressed with the technology. I know how to use it, but I don't know anything else about it.
I'm just impressed with you, Jack.
Thanks, Mike. So sheet A, it is red sitting shot there, back 4 foot. Yellow sitting second and third. Mark Mooney. I'm going to not use first names for sheet A because it's Mark versus Mark. So Mooney sitting shot back of the 4 foot. And without the hammer. This is his first skip rock. So Ed asking for another takeout here from Kelly. Get rid of that red rock that is shot rock. Looks pretty good. Gonna get a little roll inside, not much, just a little bit. B, Jack, 1 yellow rock in the house. No, 1 yellow rock not in the house. And Jack's throwing a draw. Try to get behind that, but it looks like it's going to be heavy. So, gonna give. Yeah, that yellow rock is not in. Gonna give Matt a free blank if he wants to take it. Doesn't have to hit this yellow rock, but looks like he wants to. And I believe he's still going for the blank. Sean's lining up. He hit that yellow rock that Kelly threw and made the takeout. Ed's sitting 2 right now. And Sean makes the takeout. That rolls out, so Ed sitting shot rock. Sorry. Way on the outside 12. Couple of guards. It's going to throw a draw. Try to get in there. Sheet A, Mark Mooney is sitting 2. With the hammer. Top 4, back 4. Looks like Mark Zaken trying to some kind of run back. I was confused there. Jack Miller has the hammer on sheet B. So Matt did make the takeout. That rock's not in the house. There's nothing in the house. And I believe Jack is going to throw this through and get the blank for the first end. Sheet A, Zaken did not make his tap or run back. Mooney sitting 2 without the hammer. Rocks could be open a little bit, but I think he's trying to get one in there. Guard that up. Guard would be good. Ed's draw is a little heavy, but it's going to go into the back red. And it's going to stop in time. Ed is sitting 2 with the hammer here. Mayne coming down for his last rock. Sheet B was a blank. We'll swap to the far end, to the window end, and once we get these other two first ends completed. That Gallegos dancing around out there, and obviously they're playing music next door, so. Mayne trying to draw down to the back yellow one, I think, but looks a little wide. And definitely a drop heavy. It's actually going to come in, and I believe it might be shot. It is shot at this point, but Ed can hit that. Not taking much ice. Ice has been pretty straight. We're struggling with a lot of equipment issues right now, and it's cold outside, and our ice is probably pretty cold right now, and doesn't help the curl. So sheet A, Zaken with his final. Over there, this is Ed's final on sheet C. Not sure if Mark's trying an in, or Zaken's trying an in off. Ed's throwing the hit. Keepers are not really paying too much attention to it. So got to curl up a little bit. Here it comes. So Larry's trying to sweep it in. And it's one for sure. It looks like two from the camera. I kicked them away too fast, so sheet A is also complete at this point, so we can cut back to this view. And I'll give you an update on the scores as soon as I see them put them up on the scoreboard. Sheet B again was a blank, so Jack Miller still has the hammer there in the second end. No rocks in front of the house, just one rock in the house. Sheet A, Mooney did steal two, so he's up 2-0 on Zaken. Sheet C, they did not hang the score, so I'm not sure what happened there. It was one for sure. Not sure if it was one or two. So Mayne with the hammer in the second end. Jack Miller blanked that first end, so he's still got the hammer over there on sheet B with in the second end. And Mark Zaken gave up a steal of two on sheet A, so he will be having the hammer again. Got a flash there on sheet B. And we have a extremely long guard on sheet C. So it's 15 feet between the hog line and the top of the house, and that's about a 14-foot, 9-inch guard. That's pretty far. Sheet A, Jack Miller is trying to split the house, and that draw is too heavy. As I mentioned in the 2 o'clock broadcast, it smells delicious in here, and now it even smells better because I believe they added garlic to something, to the prime rib. Garlic was added to the prime rib, so we have the delicious bone-in prime rib cooking, but that has garlic in it as well. And if you like garlic, it's a great smell. So sheet B. Tom Daly makes the takeout, rolls out, but empty house. Jack says we can put one back at the top of the 12 somewhere. Sheet A, Mark Mooney with a nice draw around the guard. Pretty well hidden, probably half behind it. Not sure what Ed was calling there, but it worked out. He's got a rock just biting 12-foot center line. Jack gets his draw, stops T line 8 foot, the right hand side of your screen as you're looking there. Got 6 people out there watching right at the moment. You can always chat with us. I'll try to keep up with that. I'm working solo here, so do the best I can, but I'll try to check on it once in a while. Takeout here on sheet C, I'm guessing. It's going to try to get rid of that red rock. Jack's got one in the back of the house. I did not see how it got there, but
yeah, I mean, for a high level team, that's a lot of pressure.
he's going to try to split the house.
It's a lot of pressure.
Larry with just a tiny piece of that red rock, and it doesn't look like it's hard to tell. Could be in, could be out. It's close. Sheet B, Jack called for a draw to try to split the house. Looks like it's going to stay. It's going to go back 8 behind the T line. But he's sitting 2 with the hammer. Sheet A, Zaken gets the rock off the button at least. Moves it to the back 12. Rolls out the shooter. That's not bad. Mooney asking for a tap. Sean was trying to peel this guard that's up there at the hog line and overcurled and didn't get it. Gallegos gets his takeout. Sits right there. Shot rock there. I think Ed's going after this red rock again. Doesn't get a roll in, but that rock is definitely not counting. And Beck gets a takeout, and it ends up jamming on a rock that was just outside the house, and he sits 2 now. Far right side of the 12 foot as you're looking, and back 12. John's trying to draw around these corner guards. Weight looks good. Sweepers are on and off it. Looks like it's got plenty of weight at this point. Finish a little bit, just gets it by that yellow guard. Good sweeping. I believe that's mostly buried. Half buried anyway. No, I don't know if he's trying to get rid of this one. Yeah, with the takeout over in sheet B, he's going to get it. Going to roll. I'm going to roll back to the back 12, kind of grouped up with the yellow rock over there in sheet B. Kelly tried to make a downweight shot and ended up just pushing that rock completely buried behind those corner guards. So Sean has a chance here with the hammer to split the house. Almost certainly guarantee his 2. I think Jack's throwing a draw over here in sheet B. Sheet A, we have 2 Mooney rocks in the house. Mooney without the hammer, sitting 2. Already up 2. They're stealing 2 in the first. Sean asked for a draw from Kathy Morley. It looks a little heavy. And I believe that's going to go right through. A little courtesy sweep from Ed there. Kind of the equivalent of the nice try, sometimes people say. Give you a little courtesy sweep. Jack's draw is on its way here, coming into the house. Going to be shot for sure.
Red over a little bit.
Just
Yellow went out.
in the button,
That's the one that was over there, I think.
slightly in front of the tee line.
Oh, I didn't catch where that one was.
Does leave Matt a hit on that, possibly a double. Got to worry about the jam a little bit. Ed tried to draw here on sheet C, and that one's going to go deep too. And out the back, yes. That gives Sean another draw. It's at 2 with the hammer.
Oh, yeah, there's a 5 there.
Kathy gets a second shot trying this. Gallegos over on sheet B with his final skip rock, possibly. He might have one. Gets the takeout, rolls out. And those two rocks at the back 12, it's not clear who's shot from this angle. Jack's throwing the draw, so I'm guessing he thinks he is that shot back there. There's drawn for 2, if that's the case. Sean, Kathy Morley makes a really nice draw behind the guard. Here on sheet C. Extremely long guard. And it's fully buried. That guard is so long. 21 feet in front of that shot rock that's in the 4-foot. Jack with his draw on B, looks good. Just taps the red one, so it's 2 for sure. So Jack blanks the first end and gets 2 in the second end. So Jack is now up 2-0 after 2 ends on sheet B over Matt Gallegos. Ed's drawn down to this rock in the 4-foot. Weight looks pretty good. Sweepers are close, but not going yet. Line's pretty good. Coming in, it's got to curl a little bit. Just a drop heavy. Just a drop heavy, and is not shot. So Sean's first skip rock, he can tap that out.
I know, yeah. Yeah.
And sit 3.
It's amazing how,
I would leave a pretty big pocket, though. You want to roll away from that yellow rock a little bit. Roll to the back 8 somewhere. Sheet A, I can't see, but there's too many people in the way. Guess I could use the camera. Mark Mooney is red, and he looks to be sitting 2 without the hammer here. This is his first skip rock, I believe. Not sure what the call is, maybe just a draw or a guard in that hole. Sean's coming in, hit that yellow rock. And does get a little roll away. Nice shot. No pocket there. Sean sitting 3 now with the hammer. Here on sheet C. Again, Sean Mayne is undefeated. He's won his first 2 games. If he wins this one, he's definitely in the A event final, along with Matt Gallegos over on sheet B. who's currently down 2-0. If he wins, he won his first 2 games. He is undefeated, and he would go to the A event final as well. So two important games. Again, the format we're using is a pool type format. 3 pools of 4 teams each, and based on where you finish in your pool, you're placed into an event. There's some complicated formula. I think it involves sacrificing a chicken, maybe even more than that. I don't know.
Sacrificial animals?
But Jack Miller's running this event. He figures something out. I think there could be calculus involved.
Differential equations.
I don't think he went to NASA for some of the stuff, but it was probably close. So Ed makes a takeout on that rock at the back 4. Sean's got a hit back to, if he sticks it on the nose, it gets 3. As long as he gets rid of it, he gets 2. That yellow rock is currently shot rock. Cut over to the mess on sheet A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, 7.5 rocks in front of the house. 2 reds, top 12, back 12. Mark looks like he's trying to draw inside out, I believe. Not sure what's going on there. Sean makes the hit, but rolls out and gets his 2 here on sheet C. I'm going to stay on sheet A here for a minute, as sheet B and C are both in their third end. So Sean gets his 2 there in second end, ties it up 2-2. Ed will have the hammer here in the third end on sheet C. Quick update on sheet B. We got nothing in the house. Tom Daly just makes a draw into the back.
Oh, that's okay.
Back 8 foot.
I just finished mine.
Oh, look, here's an extra retro green
Mark's rocks coming in. Again, I'm not exactly. It is an inside-out draw of some type, or yeah, didn't really change much. Oh, Mooney's still sitting 2. There's a bigger hole there now that allows Zaken to draw in. He only needs 8 foot to be shot. So Mooney says, let's try to cover that up.
Oh, yeah.
Guard is fine. Top 12 would be perfect. Then Mark wouldn't be able to hit it and get shot. So. We've got a couple of rocks over there on sheet A. This is Mooney's last.
I've done some of that. Mostly just like, alright, so.
CCC, we have no rocks anywhere in play. Sheet B. I'm not sure what that was. It's a little heavy there. And 2 yellow rocks out front. Matt Gallegos with the hammer over there. Last rock advantage. Nada's going to come down and take that out. Mooney's shot coming down toward the windows. Trying to block up that hole. Looks really light. They get it over. Linda Pesci and Don Arsenault on the sweep there. Get that rock across the hog line. Makes it a little bit more difficult. So Mark's going to go wide out. Wide intern side, try to hit the 8 foot. Fresh pebble out there, going to be slower. And let's see what happens. Mark's last rock. Mooney sitting 2 without the hammer. Mark needs an 8 foot to score 1. B, we got a nice draw around a corner guard. Gonna be pretty fully buried. Sheet C wide open, no guards in play. Ed's got a hit on the red rock that's in the forefoot. Larry almost goes down.
I'd say the takeout from the Seat for Pants Award is going to be given here.
And Courtney Mears makes the hit. And it's going to roll to the outside. Half in the 8, half in the 12. Mark came back down the ice, changed his mind. I think he's throwing that inside-out draw again. A little bit better ice probably in the middle of the sheet than it would be way out wide in the 12-foot. Luke is asking me to remove this yellow rock. People are convinced that sheet C is falling, and so the negative ice makes that rock over curl and misses it by 1.5 feet. And sheet A, Mark did not make his draw, I don't think. I think he gave up a steal of 2 again. Sheet B, we got that red rock pretty much buried behind that guard. They're going to try to throw another one in there. Matt without the hammer gets a little tap. Sitting 2. No, sitting 2 with the hammer. I'm sorry, they're in the third end. Sitting 2 with the hammer on sheet B. The red rock in the 4-foot wide open. We got our draw made on sheet C, so Ed's sitting 2 with the hammer here on the third end. We're on sheet A, Mooney throwing the first rock, so definitely a steal. And I'm guessing a steal of 2. Nigel was takeout on the way. You're on sheet C.
Go hard, Dutch. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard.
Gonna over curl and miss it on the inside. It says to Larry, we can guard that. In the 4-foot, it's a really good spot. Playing really quick over here on sheet B. They're already up to Skip's rocks. Jack makes his takeout. Sitting shot without the hammer. So Matt Gallegos coming down the ice, going to hit it back. Try to sit 2 again. Larry's guard here turns into a draw. And does leave a double. Kathy Morley. Let's see if she gets the lift delivery involved here. She can throw some good weight with that lift delivery. And those youngsters listening out there, it's old school. Come back and you pick the rock up off the ice and swing it forward, and that generates your weight. And she did go with the lift delivery. But I think she got a little wide. She's going to get one of them. And roll out. So it's still sitting 2 with the hammer. Matt makes his takeout over on sheet B, so he's sitting 2 with the hammer.
Oh, yeah.
Ed's asking Kelly to put that guard up. Maybe not so deep this time. Fighting the 12-foot would be perfect. Short's okay. Jack coming down for his final rock. He's going to hit that red one. try to roll under cover a little bit.
Larry's sweep is big.
It's this one. Oh, I think he was in West Hartford or one.
Kelly with a good guard draw. Gonna make the house sweeping, not quite, but it's a good guard. Yeah, rock is half covered. Sean's thinking about tapping it. Sheep B, Jack makes his takeout. And he is shot, so Matt Gallegos is going to have to hit that. Makes a nose here, and he'll get 2 and tie that game up. And Sean is going after that shot rock behind the guard. It's just touching the forefoot. Rock's on its way. Maybe trying to draw down to it or tap it back. Swoopers are on it hard. Hard all the way. Got to get by the guard. Not quite. And it might end up tapping that yellow one in for a third rock, and it does. Gallegos shot underway here on sheet B.
Triangle formation. Yes, they do.
Got a curl. Got to curl a little bit. And it does not. And it does stay. So Matt gets his 2. That game is tied up over there on sheet B. 2 each. Jack Miller will have the hammer here in end number 4. Sheet A, it looks like we got a red rock in the forefoot that would belong to Team Mooney. He just threw a guard on it. Team Mooney again is ahead 4-0, and Team Zaken has the hammer. Again, that's Mark versus Mark over there, so I'm on 10 people out there watching. Better than talking to myself. Not that I mind doing that. So, what do we got here on sheet C? Alright, Ed is sitting 4 here. With the hammer, this is Sean's first skip rock. Those rocks are in pretty good spots. You could try to make a double on those 2 that are touching the forefoot. I think he's trying to hit and roll. Maybe make the slash double that way. Hit the one next to the broom. Drive it over onto the one that's in the 8-foot, 12-foot. Take the shooter over to the one that's at the top of the 4. That could be interesting. Again, sheep B, they're playing pretty quick out there. It is Matt Gallegos. This is a mixed playdown team, so they're practicing playing with time clocks by not wasting any time, which is always a good thing. Sheet C, sheet A, we got Mark Mooney sitting shot in the forefoot, maybe touching the button. Pretty well blocked up, pretty well covered up with guards. So Sean does make the hit at the top 12 rock, the top 8-foot rock, does roll shooter over and moves those 2 rocks off the 4-foot. Ed's first skip rock here. Gonna have a chance to get rid of that. It is open. And sit 4 once again. Sheet A, there was a tap back attempt that was not successful. So I think Mark Mooney's gonna block up that hole there on the right side of the center line as you're looking on your screen. Patty Hafner. Rock's on its way. Sheet B. No rocks in the house. There's 3 guards out front. Ed with his takeout here on Sean Mayne rock. Looks like it's going to be good. And takes it out and stays in. So Ed currently sitting 4 with the hammer here. Sean's final rock coming up. Patty Hefner with a successful guard. Will not leave Holly Blackley much to look at, much to shoot for. I think Mark's going to try to clean up some guards out front. I think Jack made a tap here on B. And Matt was trying a little run back. That didn't work. A little run back double. Sean Mayne with his draw. I'm going to give it a quick look here at sheet B. 2 red rocks. Jack Miller with the hammer playing yellow. 2 red rock centerline guards. Jack is sitting shot there, top 12, wide open. Still thinking about what he wants to do. Sean Mayne is trying to draw down to that top yellow one. Looks heavy. It is heavy. It's going to go to the back one. And rolls away enough that Ed's going to have a draw for 5 here. Draw for 5. Sheet B, Jack tried to get a little split from Craig Steffen, but there was too much weight and ends up taking out his own rock. Once Ed make this draw, I'll swap to this window view again. Mark Mooney going to cover up. Mark Zaken did make some kind of clear up shot, so Mooney with a guard here on his shot rock that's in the 4-foot. Ed with the draw. Larry on the broom. I don't think there's going to be any problem getting it there, and it does not need any third sweeper. So a big 5 there for Team Ed Scimia. Again, Sean Mayne was looking to win this game so he can make his way into the first event. This could shake things up. We might have to contact NASA and get some professional help here to figure out who's going to what event. We might have to.
Go to quarter?
Or we could flip a coin.
Rock, paper, scissors.
So, sheet B. Gallegos without the hammer, sitting just half in the top 12. It's going to try to tap that back a little bit. Katie McKinley. The Curling McKinleys from Philadelphia Curling Club. I always enjoy playing against her father, Craig. They're always great games. And Ed's gonna, I think Ed wanted that in the top 4. And it's gonna end up being a guard instead, so not exactly what he wanted. Sean's going to say, all right, no, I need a corner guard. Jack's going to make a takeout here on that red rocket, wide open. Not sure what happened on sheet A, but somehow Mark Zaken is now sitting 2. And that red rock for Mark Mooney is gone. Nice takeout throw there. Rolls that yellow rock buried behind that guard. I think Matt's going to go ask for a run back from Katie. Katie has the skill and the weight that she can make that run back. Ed's playing defense over here on sheet C. That corner guard ended up slipping all the way to the back 12. Ed says, I'm up 5. Why don't we just hit this? And if it's not there, it can't score. Matt does not get the run back, but ends up clearing the guard. Ed does not get the hit. Showing a chance to put a second rock in. Top 12 in front of the one in the back. Although it's in front of the one in the back is not the important part, but getting a rock in a better position, top 12 somewhere. Even a guard, corner guard at this point wouldn't be awful. Although Ed still has that center guard to work with, so. Sweepers are on and off it, so it's going to be close. Nigel decides at the last second, oops, maybe I should be sweeping a little bit. And they get it in, that's fine. So John sitting 2. Doesn't look real happy out there. I don't think he was very happy giving up 5. Jack's got, I think, a draw on the way, or a tap possibly. That's a lot of weight. Not sure why they were sweeping that all the way. Yeah, it makes a little split, actually. It works out. It gets a hit on that rock at the top 12. Rolls out, not important. So Jack's sitting 2 there on sheet B with the hammer. Zaken's final rock on the way here on sheet A, and I think he has a wide outside hit in the 12-foot. If he noses it, he gets 4. And he hits it, so he does get 3. So puts him back in the game. Now he's down 4-3. Mark Mooney will have the hammer coming home here in the 4th end. That sheet's about half behind sheet C and almost a full end behind sheet B, as we're down to skip rocks on sheet B. Gallegos with a hit and a roll. Probably would have liked to roll that a little further, but it's a good shot. Sheet C, it's going to get rid of that rock in the back 12-foot. I'm not sure where the guard went. I missed that one. But that rock is gone. Sitting there is not great. Gives Sean something to work with, but sheet B, we got Jack with the takeout on that red rock that's just biting the button. And Jack has the hammer here, so roll away a little bit, be nice. But you got to stay. That yellow rock is open enough that's in the 4-foot that could be removed. And got enough of it to take it out, but it does roll out. You can see there that the yellow rock is open. Probably see half of it, maybe slightly more. But I think it can be taken out. Don't have to save the shooter. Just make Jack decide if he wants to blank another end or not. Sean with a nice draw down here to the yellow rock in the back of the house. It's a pretty good shot. Makes it more difficult to remove the red. Have to worry about the jam. Sheet A has finally started their fourth end. Sheep B is throwing last skip rock for Matt. Might have gotten that one a bit wide. And makes no contact. So Jack's going to have a draw for 2. Got a flash here on seat C as well. Gives Sean a chance to split the house. Other choice would be draw in front of that red rock again. Maybe chance set up 3. You split the house, Ed's just going to hit the open one. And you're kind of just trying to get 2 at that point. If you draw in front of the red one, you might think about throwing Ed, make Ed think about throwing the double. And you might get your 3. Kathy Morley with a nice draw. Right to the tee line. Very nice. It says we're going to hit the open one. Sit right there. In this case would be great. Jack a little light. No, he's got it. All right. Jack makes his draw on sheet B for 2. So he's up 4-2 after 4 ends. Gallegos will have the hammer in the 5th end. Again, Matt is undefeated so far and wins that game would go to the A event in this round-robin pool format. Ed makes the hit. Rolls to the outside 12. Again, leaves Sean something to work with. So Sean immediately says, let's draw in front of that, which is the correct call. That's why you want to get rid of those rocks and roll out so you don't give Sean much chance to work with anything, that shrapnel that's in the house. This one looks pretty good, weight's pretty good, sweeps are on it.
Now they're sweeping. Come on, Emily, get on that sucker.
Cooper's on it hard. I'm worried about the weight. Line's good, but it's going to be short. It's definitely going to be short. That gives Ed a chance to hit this red rock here in the back 8 foot. Over in Sheep B again, we're screaming through that game, so they're already in their 5th end. While everybody else is finishing up their 4th. I'll keep you up to date on that. Right now there's a yellow guard in front of the house, and that's it so far. Sheet A. Yeah, yellow sitting shot, red 2nd and 3rd. Again, Mark Mooney has the hammer here in the 4th end. Ed with his takeout. And jams it on the back yellow. So that red rock is still shot.
You need replenishment at the trough? You good with that?
Mm-hmm.
You need a refill here?
Sure, if you want.
Well, that's what I got there.
Alf Winter becoming the junior intern, as Nigel Lucas was earlier. Decided to get the commentator a drink.
Doers?
Jim Beam on the rocks.
I never learned. 1 rock or 2?
No, rocks. Yeah. So Alf Winter assumes the senior internship here with Nigel Lucas. Of course, Nigel's on the ice, so it'd be tough for him to be getting me a drink at this point. But I appreciate it. Sean trying to come in here and split the house a little bit. It's a little warm. Is it going to stop in time? Is it going to stop in time? It does not. It goes through the back, so that leaves Ed an open hit on his last. Get rid of this red rock. Nose it, sit 2, and force Sean to take 1. It'd be perfect. Although it'd be a tough blank with that yellow rock way on the outside 12 there. A quick look at B. Jack Miller versus Matt Gallegos. Again, no rocks. Well, there's a rock coming into the house, but there's only one guard out front, so that one slips to the back 12. It's still open. Ed with his hit on the way. Thank you, sir.
All right, there it goes.
My beverage has arrived. I appreciate that very much, Alf.
And the hit.
And the hit, nose hit, which is perfect. As now Sean needs to take 1. He's going to be forced to take 1. So it's a matter of, is he going to hit? Is he going to draw?
Hammer time?
I believe he's going with the hit. I think he wants less ice, maybe. Ed's standing in front of me and realized that I'm trying to look out the window and see what's going on, so he quickly moved out of the way. Our executive producer understands the complexity of this web streaming, so that was nice of him.
We're buddies.
Certainly.
Sean's takeout on the way. It's got to curl up a bit if it's going to stay.
Looks good.
Decent weight, so it might not roll too far. Yeah, it's pretty close to the nose. It's good. So Sean gets his 1. And we're now 7-3 here on sheet C. Team Ed Scimia leading. In sheet B, we have Jack Miller versus Matt Gallegos, and that game is 4-2 for Jack Miller, but Matt does have the hammer here in the 5th end. And he gets a nice draw from Tom there, Tom Daly. Sit 2 in the 4-foot, pretty much covered. Over on sheet A, we got Mark sitting 1, Mark Mooney. Mark Zaken with a hit. Looks like it's going to hit the rock at the top 12 and roll out, or mostly out. So Mooney sitting 1 with the hammer. Sheet B, Jack is asking for a downweight hit or a tap or something. You look at that house, there's 2 red rocks, it's pretty good. You can see that the yellow rock, the guard, is just touching the center line, and the red one behind it is kind of splitting the center line. Nada is trying to draw down or tap it back, and just heavy. Ends up going back 8. Matt's got a good chance here to get one in there somewhere or guard that up a little bit. Don't want to cover up those ones in the back too much, so you can get to them and maybe get 3 or even 4.
What, the arm east over or body?
Of course, she slid.
Yeah.
And the rock just went that way.
And sheet A, I'm thinking they're going to draw. Or a little tap, not sure. Sheet B, we got no rocks in the house. We got a couple of red guards out front.
Right, because intermediate elbow comes
for
in.
Sean Mayne, who
Yeah, the elbow goes
is
out.
down
Yeah.
7-3 without the hammer.
Inside out or outside
On the
in.
center line, that's where we curl that way.
Courtney Mears being asked for a draw.
Okay. Because I'm sitting there going, well, you know, if you're going like this way, it's always going to be outside in, and even that way is outside in. So
Then it gets confusing what's in the area.
I believe some parts of this team will be going to the Kaiser. I know Skinny Larry and I believe Kelly. I'm not sure about Courtney.
right, because narrow means you're on the inside of the line.
I also think Kelly and Courtney might be going to the Women's Challenge, as they're both 5 and under events, 5 years or less experience. And sheet B. I have no idea what just happened. I think Jack was trying to make a clear a guard and ended up. He did open it up. There's a way to get in there now. Not awful. See, Nigel's asked for a draw. So Matt's asking Katie to throw a guard draw into that port there on the center line. Weight looks pretty good, Tom. Tom's on it now, trying to keep it straight. Hey there. Gonna over curl. But it does cover up the 2 red rocks that are in the forefoot. That's good. See, we have an open hit here for Larry. He's been struggling a bit this weekend. Not sure why. He's got a little bit of drift coming back. Was helping him with that before we went to club playdowns. I coached Ed and Larry and Eric and Craig Doucette and Bico. And I was helping Larry with his drift. He's got a little drift and kind of gets his foot under him, sliding foot under him too far. But, I think he's doing that a little bit again this weekend. Those bad habits are hard to get rid of. So, cheap. See, we got one yellow rock wide open. I'm just going to ask for a hit here. Try to roll under those guards, maybe. Cheap B. I think this is a run back attempt. A quick look at that. No, run back the yellow onto those 2 reds. Jack with the run back. And sweepers are on it. Pretty close.
Whoa.
Nice shot.
Oh, nice.
He only gets rid of one of them, but at least it's better than it was.
Get some fruit soon.
Yeah. Well, there's plenty out there.
It's going to be hard to get 2 here, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Matt's thinking about the run back on the red. That could be dangerous. You jam that yellow one back onto the red.
It's funny, Nigel did the hit and he rolled his rock right back where it was originally.
Sheet A.
He might spell out.
Quick look there. I think this is Mark Mooney's last rock. And if so, he gets it in there for 3. I believe there was a draw for 3. So Mooney's going to score 3 over there and go up 7-3 over Mark Zaken. Battle of the Marks. Food has come out. Prime rib looks delicious. There's some shrimp to go along with it and some kind of taters. So sheet A is going to start their 5th end. Take a look at B here and see if we can figure out. I think Matt is throwing the draw. Wide outturn draw around that yellow rock in the 12-foot. Try to hit a piece of the 4-foot. Definitely draw weight. It looks a little light. Tom Daly on it hard already. It's going to overcurl and be light and short. It's going to end up to be a hog or a guard. It actually does creep over the hog line, so it's a guard, but I don't think that's what he wanted to do there at all. Sheet C. Kelly was asked for a takeout, which didn't occur. So CC, sheet C, excuse me. Sheet C, we have no rocks in the house. Got 3 red guards up front. Ed has the hammer here. Team Ed Scimia has the hammer.
A lot of room on that one. Since there's only one sweeper.
Kathy Norley was asked for a draw behind his Reds guards, but it looks a little warm.
Should stick around.
It's going to stop in the back 12, possibly.
Might be a flaw back there.
That would be Gristle.
Just a tiny little biter there in the back 12. Not really going to come into play, I don't think. Over on sheet B, I think Jack's trying to make a run back here. Red onto yellow onto red, which would leave him shot. Jack is yellow. And not quite. Oh. Ends up opening up the middle and taking himself out where he was sitting in top 8, top 4. So Matt has a draw for 2. Tie that game back up. Up to 10 people watching out there right now. Thanks for watching, people. And this is Jeff Hannon on the commentary. Our executive producer is actually out on sheet C. And my fellow commentator from earlier draw is out on sheet A. So I'm running this solo. Trying to keep up on chat. Hopefully there's people out there watching. Well, there's 10 people out there watching, so that's great. And again, we're looking at pretty much the final draw of the round robin play. It is the final draw of the round robin play. Sheet A, we have Mark Zaken versus Mark Mooney. Sheet B, Matt Gallegos versus Jack Miller. And Matt Gallegos is attempting to draw, and it looks drop heavy. It's close, 1 for sure. And I think they agreed on 1. So Matt is won his first 2 games. This is a round robin format. If he wins this game, he would be into the A final. On sheet C, we have Team Ed Scimia versus Team Sean Mayne. Sean Mayne was also won his first 2 games, was undefeated, but is currently trailing 7-3. He does not have the hammer here in the 5th end, and is sitting 2. Almost 1.5. That one in the back red I think is in. So, but Ed's got to draw down to that red rock. Ed's first skip rock. Sheet B is flying through their game. They've started their 6th end now. So sheet C, we're just skip rocks. And sheet A, we're still in 2nd rocks over there. And they're dragging a bit. Looks like on sheet A, Red is shot for sure in the 4-foot,
Gonna go on this one.
possibly touching the button. Trying to throw a guard. I think it's going to over curl. Looks like yellow might be sitting 2-3, so take out here would change things. Ed is light on his draw attempt and ends up throwing a guard, so gives Sean a little hope here. Sean's last rock. Says, let's throw a guard and maybe we can steal one at least. Ed would really have to get half a rock into the 12-foot to not give up 2. But that rock at the back of the 4-foot is totally undercover. About 120 pounds of granite in front of it. We're on sheet B, which we'll get to here in a second. Matt did only get 1, so he's now down 4-3 in the 6th end. Jack with the hammer, making a takeout on a Jack Miller rock that was in the top 12. Successful, rolls toward the center line a bit. Jack's going to decide to hit that back. Sean Mayne here on sheet C. His rock is underway. He's called the guard. Try to steal his 1 anyway. Make the game a little closer. It's a little heavy. It's a little heavy. Sean jumping up and down, trying to make it stop. I don't know if that works or not. I'll have to try that next time. And he actually goes into the top 12. So Sean is sitting 3 at this point. So Ed has a choice. Try to throw the draw again. But he was light on the first time. Would only need to get full 12 to cut him to 1. If it gets into the 4-foot, he actually scores. This is Ed's last rock. Give you a little look at the sheet B here. So Matt Gallegos without the hammer, sitting pretty well. Got one in the top 12. A couple of centerline guards, which is always a good thing. Give you a look at the classic left-handed Ed Scimia delivery.
There were a few takeouts that didn't work. There he stumbled.
And then you see his throwing the draw. Line looks good. Sweepers are on it. Sweepers are on it hard. Trying to get it by the guard. It's by the guard. Is it going to stop somewhere? Oh! Just a drop heavy, and I think that's a steal of 2. I believe that is a steal of 2. You're looking at it, Kathy, Kelly, taking a look. Kelly Jensen there with the curling rings on top of her toque.
Don't give me that eye roll. I'm tapping you, boy.
Looking. If you have to look more than twice, you should measure. And I believe that was 2. That 2? I'm asking. 2, 1, 2. Can't get my executive producer's attention. Find out. Score goes up. It was a steal of 2. So Sean Mayne now in the 6th end without the hammer, down 7-5. Well, we got a chance now. We got a chance. Over on sheet B, what's going on there? We got Matt Gallegos still got that rock at the top 12-foot. Jack was trying to get a draw. somewhere toward the center and ends up going back 8. It is shot. Jack has the hammer over there. Up 4-3. Sheet A. We don't have a camera on the far end of sheet A. That's not 100% correct, but we can't cut to it. So I can look here, and it looks like Zaken is sitting 1, and Mooney is sitting 2, 3, possibly 4. And this is Mooney's first rock. Zaken has the hammer over there. And that score is 7 to something. People standing in front of the scoreboard. 7 to 3 over there on sheet A. Matt Gallegos with a really nice draw. Freeze down on that back rock. And Matt doesn't have the hammer here. He's looking to steal, and that's a great shot for a steal. Jack decided he was going to try to draw as well and ended up crashing in the guard. The other choice, he could have hit that red rock in the back 8 foot and sit there or roll toward the middle a little bit and kind of get one buried. We got some guards out front here for Sean Mayne, and this is the Peel of Shame. So it looks like Ed is peeling off the yellow rock that's a guard out there, which obviously is not what he wanted. He's up 7 to 5 with the hammer. Doesn't want those guards in front. He's asking Courtney Mears for the Peel of Shame. The hit is made, but we still leave that yellow guard there. So Sean's pretty good here without the hammer. He's got 3 rocks in front of the house, 3 guards to work with. Always a good thing. Sheet B, we had another guard thrown by Katie McKinley over there for Team Gallegos. Jack's going to play a tap on that yellow one that's right side of the sheet as you're looking on your screen. It's just out there in the 8 foot. Sweepers are on it. Weight looks decent. Going again. Maybe it's a little light. They get it in there for second shot, but Matt has shot rock in the back 8 foot there. 120 pounds of granite in front of it. So 3 guards and that one that's in the top 12 now. It's got not much on this side. You can throw a guard over here on this left-hand side as you're looking at the screen. And you could try to tap his red one back that's in the 12 foot, but it's pretty hard. It's got to curl some. Ed's getting some peels going here. Yeah, makes a single peel. Ends up jamming on the yellow rock, so there's still 3 guards there in front. Sean says, we got 3 guards. We don't need many more guards. We'd like to get a rock in a house. Top 4 foot. Got to steal our way back into this game. Sean down 7 to 5 here without the hammer. Matt Gallegos' rock is underway here on sheet B. Looks like guard, tap weight. Got to curl some to make the tap. It's going to be a guard. Just had to go that much wider. A fresh pebble out there. And Nigel's draw is heavy and is going to be courtesy swept through the house. Matt does end up in the outside 12 there, so now he has another rock he can tap at this point. Sean's trying to say something to me through the window, and I have no idea what he's saying. He's saying it's too fast. Nigel's rock slids right through the house. The ice is too fast. That's what he was saying.
He doesn't know how to swim.
Can't please these people. Yeah, we're having like so many equipment problems. It's kind of weird right now. Jim Kubero came in this morning and attempted to call me at 5:30 when he was scraping to tell me the water was frozen. Of course, I'm smart and I only have one phone, which is a cell phone, and it was off. So he ended up calling Bill Brodegram at 5:30. And so our water for our DI tanks and what we use for pebbling and everything is frozen. We've been using tap water, which seems to be okay. Our nipper decided that it didn't like to cut pebble anymore, so that's sitting up on the sideboards. We did get our new blade, though, from Canada Curling Stone. And thanks to a generous donation, we now have a flex beam, which is a superior blade to use for scraping. It's been fabulous to use. We're all excited. Jack Miller trying to make a takeout. I think they're on red and missed.
Just the right speed on that one.
Nice draw here to the top 4 foot. I'll try not to talk about ice anymore because I could talk about ice for like a day and nobody would care. So Ed's going back up, trying to clean up some of those guards again. Kelly's takeout peel attempt here is on its way. You're going to get one of them. I think we're going to get the one on the outside, not on the center line. Oh, that could roll to a bad spot, though. And it does roll to a bad spot. Ends up being a guard. So that red rock that's top 4 foot is truly buried. Sean says, all right, add another 40 pounds of granite in front of this guy. And we could steal again here. Matt's trying to make a tap, angle tap over there on sheet B. Got it a little outside, didn't curl. Again, fresh pebble on the outside of the sheets. It doesn't get used much out there, so it's kind of like first end pebble. So it's going to be a little slower and definitely straighter. Kathy Morley's guard here on its way on sheet C. Looks really good. A little overlap would be great. So we don't have a run back. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Not sure Kelly has the weight here to throw a double peel. It says hit something up here and we'll see what happens. I might throw the other turn here. Throw the other turn. If you're wide, you still get something. If you're narrow, you still get something. Here, if you're wide, you're missing everything.
Nope, sorry.
That's all right. And we got something. No, we don't. No, we don't. Yeah, I like the other turn. That's why I like the other turn. If you're wide, you hit something. If you're narrow, you hit something. Sheet B, Jack's trying to throw that draw down to that back red rock again. And again, it's heavy. Not going to get there. So Matt Gallegos will steal in the 6th end. That game is tied up. They could have went out there and hung up the first 6 ends and played 2. These people have to learn. Hang 6, play 2. Who cares? We did that in Philadelphia this year for the Harvest Bonspiel. It was great. We hung 4 and played 4. It was the 4th event final, and we decided the night before that that's what we were going to do, and both skips agreed, myself and the other skip, and that's what we did. So we went out there at 9 o'clock in the morning, put 4 ends up on the scoreboard and played 4 and went inside and had beverages. The organizer wasn't thrilled with us, but I forfeited my prize money, so. So sheet B, Matt Gallegos, Jack Miller, all tied up. 4-4 after 6 ends.
That's a teaser.
Sheet A, what's going on over there? I haven't looked over there in a while. We got Mark Mooney throwing red rocks and currently sitting 2 in the house. Mark is up 7-4 over there. Mark Mooney is ahead of Mark Zaken, 7-4 over there. Mark Mooney has the hammer. Again, Jack Miller and Matt Gallegos are playing at turbo speed. They are actually playing at the correct pace. They're an hour and a half into the game, and they're in the 7th end. So, got a takeout here on sheet C from Ed on trying to make the double flat, pretty flat double. Oh, needed to hit it thicker. I wish I knew how to run the replay, but those 2 rocks were pretty even, and that takeout curled just a little too much. Needed to hit it thicker so it goes almost dead sideways. And he could have at least have moved that rock off the 4-foot Sean has dead buried behind the guards. There's sheet B far end, scoreboard end, 3 rocks out there as guards. The reason is I did that is so I can see that I have 2 relatively large screens in front of me and then 6 smaller little windows showing all the cameras I have access to. So this way I can keep an eye on sheet B while you're looking at the warm room end of the 6th end here. So Sean's trying to throw another draw guard. It's guard weight. Gonna be fine. We'll bounce off that red guard there. Maybe tiny bounce. That's fine. That's really good. So, that rock at the top of the 4-foot is really not going to go anywhere. This is Ed's last shot. He could try to make a run back double, which I think he's talking about. He could make a double run back of red onto yellow. So we got red onto yellow run back to try to score 1. And we got red onto red run back double to blank. And I believe that's the call. Over in sheet B, we got a yellow rock just maybe biting the 4-foot. Jack Miller says, let's try to split the house a little bit. So here's Ed's rock on its way. He's trying to make that run back double. Blank this end. Line looks good. Sweepers are on it hard. I think it's going to overcurl, and it does overcurl. So Sean Mayne's going to steal another one. Make that game 7-6 after 6 ends. Sean stole 2 in the 5th, just stole 1 in the 6th. Now down 1. Head up 7-6 with the hammer in the 7th end. And we're going to fly cube zoom to the scoreboard end. Matt Gallegos with a takeout and a little bit of a roll. And a quick look over here at sheet A. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 guards. Mark Mooney sitting 3 with the hammer. He's currently up 7-4. Mark Zaken's first skip rock. No clue what he's doing. I'll keep you up to date on that one, but fly rotate back into the scoreboard view. So Jack Miller has the hammer here in the 7th end on sheet B. He's got the house split, sitting 2 with the hammer. Matt Gallegos is going to take out that yellow rock there, top 12. That looks like it's a little wide. A little wide. There might have been a little outward motion there. We're going to miss that. Gives Jack a chance to sit 3. Got a Sean Mayne rock in the house, which I don't think was supposed to be there. It's going to take it out. And I would guess for certain that Sean did not ask for a draw into the house. He wanted a guard. And he's asking for a guard again. Emily Winter's one of the best leads in the curling club. I have to say that because Alf, her father, is sitting next to me. You know, I can't balance. He has a knife in his hand. So there you go.
There you go. I think she got the card here.
You're pretty
It looks like a draw at this, or guard at this point.
There you go.
Just nice centerline guard. Maybe a girl would curl to drop, but nothing wrong with that. Over in sheet B, Matt Gallegos trying for that takeout again. I think he's got it this time. He's looking for the inside roll, which he's going to get. And I don't think it's shot, but no, it's not shot. It's kind of open. Yeah, that could be hit. I think yellow is still shot though, so Jack Miller with the hammer is yellow. I think it's still shot.
Okay, that could be problems when he gets older.
I see problems around 6, 17, 18 years.
Yeah.
And carrying on afterward.
I think Ed just...
All right, nice.
I don't know what Ed decided there. I don't know if that was supposed to be a draw. I don't think he would throw it away. Sean wants another guard here on sheet C.
Here's my appetite.
I love this shrimp boil you
Sheet
get.
B, Nita is going to try to take out that red rock that's in the top 12 with the second shot. And I believe she's going to be wide.
All right, another guard.
The shot rock, the yellow shot rock there on the left-hand side on sheet B is buried, dead buried. Not going to be able to hit that, but Matt Gallegos has certainly tapped this red rock. It's only got to move it maybe 6 inches to be shot. Not even. But a nice tap there to the top of the forefoot for Matt would really set up a steal, because that rock would be behind cover as well.
Wonder if she gets the crazy pants are us.
Over here on sheet C, we got Larry, Skinny Larry, making a peel attempt on a guard. Successful. Get rid of the red rock, get rid of the yellow rock. One guard in play there on sheet C. And Sean being down 1 in the 7th end without the hammer understands the concept. You got to steal this end, and you have to steal the next end. You can't give up 1 here and hope to score 3 to win. So you gotta go hard for the steal. Matt Gallegos with a tap over on sheet B. Line off a little bit, but not bad. That rock's half buried. Covered the inside of it, which is the important part, right? And so Jack can't get inside that red rock and roll toward the center. So if he makes a takeout, it's going to roll out, and that's going to leave Matt a draw. On those center line guards. Ed understands the concept of guards are our enemy, so he's going to go up and peel this long guard, even though there's a red rock in the house. And we get another not great delivery from Larry. Flash that guard. Sean says, "Okay, we got this rock. It's top 8, not great, but we can certainly work with it if we throw a guard on it." Sheet B, Jack's trying to hit that shot rock that's in the back, or just in the 8 foot in front of the tee line. Gonna get nothing. So Matt's sitting 1 over there without the hammer on sheet B. That game is tied up 4-4. Sheet A, I have no idea what happened. Somebody scored, somebody didn't. I'm being told that Mark Mooney scored again to widen his lead, and he is in the house, and the first red rock is in front of the hack. So there was some score. I'll get just score update over there on sheet A, Battle of the Marks, Mark Mooney versus Mark Zaken, as soon as they hang that score up. Again, sheet B, Matt Gallegos is undefeated. If he wins this game, he goes to the A event final. Sean Mayne is also undefeated. If he wins this game, he goes to the A final. That's why I've been concentrating on sheets B and C.
Jack wins it, though. Jack wins that draw. There's some implications.
Yeah, it's a complicated. Alpha's telling me that if Jack wins this game, there's tiebreakers involved, and again, we have to get the chickens out, and they pick a winner, based on who they pack on the scoreboard. I don't know.
The cow chip.
The cow chips could be in play, although it's tough out there with all the snow. Draw attempt here on sheet C. Heavy through the back. Matt Gallegos with a really nice guard on his shot rock. Going to leave Jack a draw. Jack needs to touch the 4 foot to be shot. And I'm unclear of how many rocks are left over there.
This is it. I think it's hammer.
Oh, those are yellow rocks for sheet A. You got yellow rocks on sheet B that
number 8
really belong to sheet A, so it's kind of hard to see. And Jack's last rock here on sheet B. He's got to hit the 4 foot. Sheet C. Kathy was asked for a draw, and it's going to be light, and it's going to be hogged. So, sheet B. There's the house on sheet B. Jack needs to hit the 4 foot. Sweepers are on it hard. It looks like it's going to be light. Here it comes. It's hard, guys. And it's going to just end up just enough, I think. We got to get Craig out of the way, and it is just enough for 1. So Jack Miller gets his 1 with a hammer. He's now up 5-4. Matt Gallegos coming home in the 8th end, down 1 with the hammer. The classic situation.
shot here. Got the legs.
Got a draw on sheet C here. It's going to be light as well.
Now what do you do?
So Sean's still shot. That rock is well guarded. Half in the 8-foot. Sean down 1 without the hammer. He stole 2 in the 5th, stole 2 in the 6th.
Oh no, you don't touch that guard.
No, I thought he was maybe going to try and pull one down.
Ed would need to get down to the 8-foot somewhere, full 8-foot to score his 1. I think Sean's going to throw one. This is Sean's first skip rock. So what I'm going to do is cut back and forth between scoreboard end of sheet C, where they're just finishing up the 7th end, and the window end of sheet B, where they've started their 8th end. So we got a nice centerline guard here from Jack Miller. Nicely done. Sean's draw guard is on its way. I think he wanted a guard there on the pretty much where the broom is that Kathy's holding. Weight looks like it might be a drop heavy. No, it's going to be fine.
He got one. In the 7th? Yeah, so he's up 1 without coming home. Classic. Still lead. Classic game. Yeah.
Over on sheet A, Mark Mooney did score 1. So that game is 8-4. Mark Mooney over Mark Zaken. And they are just starting their 7th end. Sheet B is in its 8th end. Sheet C is just about to finish up its 7th end. We got 2 rocks left here for Ed. 1 rock for Sean. Ed is up 7-6 with the hammer. Sheet B. Jack had that centerline guard. Matt threw a corner guard. Jack gets another centerline guard. Matt says, let's put another corner guard up. We're really going all out there. You're back over here on sheet C. And it looks like Ed's trying to either make a run back takeout, run back double, or at least open up the shot rock that's sitting there half in the 8-foot. Matt Gallegos over on sheet B gets his corner guard up. So we got 2 centerline guards, 2 corner guards. Jack Miller without the hammer says we're going to draw. Ed makes the kind of double peel. Not awful. Leaves him a yellow rock out there to work with to run back possibly. Depends on what Sean does. He's thinking about either guarding that yellow rock. There is a port there. He could actually come inside and tap his own red to sit 2, which would not be a bad choice either. That red rock is pretty open at this point. You could ever make a tap on that and sit 2. I'm not sure what Ed would have besides some kind of angle run or angle tap. So Matt over here. Jack made a really nice draw. Matt makes a takeout on the guard and gets the bonus run back peel.
Yes. Run it back.
We got NFL football going on over there too, don't we?
The Chiefs are kicking the tootie.
Oh, the Chiefs just murdered the quarterback. This is not narrow.
Here's Sean's guard attempt coming in.
Not even close to
It looks like it's a heavy, and it's going to click on that yellow. It might. it leaves Ed the run back. He can run back his yellow rock. That rock is open. And if he stuffs it, he gets 1. Or he can draw for his 1. I think he's throwing the draw. Sheet B. That yellow rock is not in the house, but Matt's going to try to clear up a couple of these guards here. If he hits that red rock that's just above the tee line, the center line there as you're looking, you can actually spin that in. We'll stay here for a second. Ed's draw is on its way. Matt doesn't get what he's looking for. Sweepers are on it hard. Needs full 8 foot. It's going to hang out and not get there. So another steal of 1. And sheet C, we are all tied up. 7-7.
Somebody's going to win.
And this is after, in the third end, Mayne gave up 5. Gave up 5 in the third end. So it was tied 2-2 after the first 2 ends. Ed took a 5 in the 7th to go up, or in the 3rd to go up 7-2. Sean's made the epic comeback. Take 1 with the hammer and 4, steal 2 and 5, steal 1 and 6, steal 1 and 7. And we have game on. Sean needs a guard.
Very nice.
Nice draw over there on sheet B. And Matt Gallegos down 1 with the hammer. Sheet C, we got a tie ball game. Ed has the hammer. Mayne without. Down, tied up. So we're going to see a lot of guards here on sheet C. Sheet B, we're trying that hit again, or draw, or tap, or whatever it was heavy again, so. Jack Miller up 1 without. Sitting shot, top 8 foot. Possibly think about hitting that red one. I don't know if I like that. I think a guard on shot rock at this point might be the best thing.
Hi, how are you?
Ed was trying to draw one to the outside and ended up going out into the weeds and not doing anything. So Nada and Jack are discussing shots here.
She's pretty emphatic.
I think Nada wants a guard on the red rock so that Matt can't try that tap again that he missed the first 2 times.
It's going up a little.
I saw the glass rattle. I went, okay.
She's a PEI woman, so she'll have a potato in her pocket.
Got another guard on its way here on sheet C. Working hard to get it over the hog line. And they got it over. So we got 2 guards. Sheet C, 2 red guards. Not great positioning on them. There's possible double peel there, but. So I'm not sure what Jack decided over here on sheet B. I think Nada's throwing a guard.
I think it's going for a tap.
Tap on her own yellow.
Looks good. Or does it?
It's got the weight.
Is it around that guard?
It's on the guard. It's got to get past the guard, and it does.
Perfect.
Look at that shot. Oh, that's pretty.
Very nice. So a nice tap there on sheet B. think there was a call here that says there's rum cake and people are literally sprinting for the cake. So there you go. So Matt's going to try a run back of some type here, I think, on sheet B. Sheet C, we're still looking at a bunch of guards, so we'll stay here on sheet B. A little tap run back on sheet B. Weight looks good. No, line's good. All right, ends up tapping the yellow one through. And leaves that red rock kind of, that front is pretty well covered up. Jack is still shot there on sheet B without the hammer. Up one. We got a couple of guards up there on sheet C. Ed asking Larry to clean some of those up. Larry's peel attempt on its way. He could get one. I don't know if he can get two. He'd possibly get two. So he did get two. Ends up leaving the shooter out there. Those rocks are overlapped now, so there's no run back there. Jack looks like he's going to hit this red rock. He's shot on sheet B. Pretty well covered up. There is a yellow, red, yellow combo at some point, possibly. But he's going to get rid of that red rock, which is danger rock right now, because Matt could tap that up and be shot.
He's got the weight, but it floated out.
Oh, just misses the jam. There was a lot of leaning going on out there to miss that jam. Just clears it off. Does open up that side, so Matt would have the in-turn draw. He could also make this, I don't know if I like the 4-rock run back, but he's got the in-turn draw. I think that's what he's going to go with here. This is Matt Gallegos, first rock here on sheet B. Going to go with the in-turn draw. Try to get behind cover and get somewhere in the 4-foot. Again, Matt is down one with the hammer. Sheet C, we had a draw made by Sean back 4-foot behind the guards. Larry with the pick. And yellow rock hangs around as a saber. Sean, I think, called for another guard, which is the right call. Sheet A is over. I'm assuming that Mark Mooney won that game. He was ahead 8-4. And Matt's draw here on sheet B is really nice. Back 4-foot. Back 4-foot, totally covered. Nice draw shot there. Maybe a foot heavy. So Jack could follow it down, sit on top. He could throw the guard. If he's short, it's okay, because then it's a tie. And I don't have a clue what they're doing for ties right now. Over here on sheet C, Kathy had a draw. I think it was a heavy guard, but Kelly's going to get one outside here. Larry having fun out there trying to sweep a rock in, but that ain't going to happen. So Kathy with a guard here. We got that rock. Top 8. Kathy with a guard. Jack over here on sheet B. He's either going to draw down to that red one or he's going to throw a guard. It's guard coming in the house here for Sean Mayne.
Come on, guys. Work it. Come on, Craig. Come on, guys. Come on.
And that's a good guard.
Come on.
Jack is going to be a light and end up opening up the draw there.
And this is hammer?
And this is hammer for Matt Gallegos. So right now it's a tie game. Matt's got to draw, get piece of the forefoot. Got to peel the guard there on sheet C. So Sean's still sitting 1 in that tie game. Sean without the hammer. Sitting 1, top 8 foot. Sheet B. We're fly rotating over there. This is for the game. But right now it's a tie. Because Matt is sitting 1. If he makes this draw, he wins. If they tie, there's chickens involved and calculus and differential equations, and I don't have a clue what they're doing for ties. There was a large discussion about that earlier. Tom Daly hard on this. They're worried about the line a little bit. Now he's off. Looks pretty good. The weight's fine. Got to get past that guard on the outside there. Line's good. Line's good. Line's good. Line's good. Nice shot. Matt Gallegos. Matt Gallegos wins that game and will be in the A event final.
And here comes Sean. He's going to lock on, maybe.
Sean throws a guard on his rock in the top 8. A little tight. Leaves Ed the double. Again, this is a tie game, but Ed has that saver, that rock in the back 12 foot. That's your saver rock. You don't need to hit and stay at the end. You can make a pick on something. You don't have to worry about the shooter staying because that rock in the back would count. But I believe he's going to throw the double here. You can see all our games are over. Sheet A, Mark Mooney won that game over Mark Zaken. Here's Ed coming out. Larry on the right as you're looking. Courtney on the left. Kelly Jensen in the house holding the broom. Take out weight. Coming close. Got to curl a bit. Got to curl. Just going to pick it across the top. So Sean's got to throw another good guard. Just threw it. Looks like he's taking a little more ice on this one. I don't know if I like that or not. No. Sean with the guard. This game tied up. All comes down to these last 2 rocks. One for Sean, one for Ed. Ed has the hammer. Battle of left-handers here, by the way. Sean with the out-turn draw for a guard. Interested spectators behind me here all of a sudden. Lines look pretty good. It's got a curl. Weight's not awful. Might be a drop heavy. Drop heavy.
It is heavy.
Got a curl.
Okay to push it back a little bit.
Got a curl. All right, leaves the double.
There's an easier than the last one. No, you put it right where you want to hit it. Hit the broom.
But if he noses it, he won't be in. It's tight.
He's got the saver on the right-hand side there.
I thought he was down one. Yeah. The flop.
So what do we want to do here? We got
He wants to
we make the double. If we make the double, we win. If we draw the 4-foot, we win. The double doesn't jam, so I'm kind of surprised he's not throwing it. Ed likes to throw the hit. But he's calling the draw. Calling the draw. Needs to bite the 4-foot. Out there in the wide a little bit, so speed might be a little slower. Could certainly be a little straighter out there. Rock's on its way. Sweepers are not really interested at this point. Well, now they're starting. Now they're on it hard. It's curling. The line's good. Line's really good. Just got to get there. Needs to get there. Oh, it overswept. Overswept Sean Mayne with a big steal. Steals the 5th end, the 6th end, the 7th end, the 8th end. To come back from a massive deficit of 7-2. Win the game. Go undefeated. Go into the AA event final. Congratulations, Team Mayne. Exciting curling out here today, boys and girls. Just a great time. Thanks, everybody, for watching. There is a game at 7:30. I'm not sure if there's 1 or 2 or 5.
One at 7.
7? Yeah, there might be 2 at 7. I don't know. Again, it's chickens and calculus and,
Yeah.
you know.
Nutmeg nugget.
Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Again, this was Jeff Hannon with the broadcast. And we're going to be signing off here for a while.